Afternoon.
Pete was just talking about wanting to clean up the penalties on defense.
Yeah.
Is a player when you're out there and you think you have a stop on third down and then you see that flag, how frustrating is that moment?
I mean, it's pretty frustrating because I mean, our goal is all the time to get off the field on third down, and that's a win for the defense. But anytime you let a drive prolong, due to a penalty, especially one that we can avoid, it kind of brings us down a little bit.
You guys have been really good in the red zone, though, and not allowing opponents to score touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
What's gone into that this year?
I mean, the mentality of bend, don't break. JG says it all the time, and that's kind of a theme in the defensive room. Just give us a blade of grass, and we'll defend it. That's just a time for guys to bow up. They get down there, but the object obviously is to not let them in, not let them score. And then if we can just hold them to a field goal, that'd be nice. But if we can just take the ball away, that'd be great. And obviously you guys seen we did that a couple times in week 1.
How do you assess the run defense Sunday? And I mean, statistically, it was a lot better in the second.
Absolutely. I mean, outside of if you take a couple plays out, maybe one or two, obviously the average isn't that great. So obviously on paper it looks maybe deceiving. We just got to clean a couple fits up, and obviously we have to tackle better. Myself included, just all across the board. We just have to tackle better. And a lot of that can be completely avoided.
What do you make of Atlanta? Because their week 1 results versus week 2 results,
Yeah.
It's completely different when you look at number scheme, all of that stuff. What do you make of them?
I mean, that's a good football team. I mean, obviously the offense is completely different with the addition of Mariota. It's different from when Matt Ryan was there. Mariota, he's a good runner. So they're running those zone type of schemes. He's a good thrower. They got a few weapons, and Drake and Kyle Pitts, and obviously Cordell Patterson. He's been a phenomenal returner in this league for some years, but he's at running back now, and so they do run the football very well. So we know what we have to do, and it's just about the mentality of just stopping what they're good at and just letting the rest take care of itself.
Your coach said he was looking forward to putting you in different roles. What's that mean to you? What's that?
Say it again.
He said your head coach said he's looking forward to you and using you in different roles now going forward.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to in that regard?
I mean, just versatility. This defense allows us to do that. We have a lot of guys that can play multiple positions on the back end, and not just lining up deep safety. But I'm not gonna get into the schematic part of that. But just being all over the field, using guys, what they're good at, and just playing a chess match, because obviously this game is chess, not checkers. So
Cam Chancellor was listed as the nominee for the Hall of Fame yesterday. I know you said you watched this defense coming up and were fan. What did he as a player mean to you?
Man, he put fear in opposing offenses. And I think early on in college, that's when, actually a little bit before college, that defense was, nobody could stop that defense. And he was the heart and soul of that defense, man. He was smart, he was physical. He played every play like it was his last, man. And especially in growing up, as a younger guy, being a kind of like a bigger safety, big in stature, that was the first guy that you looked up to was Kam Chancellor. So yeah, he meant a lot to this game, and congrats on him. I hope he first ballot.
Did he help you win any arguments that you should stay at safety? Did anybody try to get you to change positions?
Not really. Yes and no. I would say yes and no. Coming like when I was coming out, a lot of people say, oh, he can, and that's kind of what Green Bay did with me. We had the nitro package. I would go in and be that kind of wheel dime linebacker type of guy. And I don't think a lot of teams view me as like a Cam Chancellor type of guy. He's way bigger than me. No, I don't. I would say yes and no, in a way.
I only ask had to win those arguments when everybody tried to move him to different positions. And so
Correct. Hey, Cam, the thing about Cam could play safety and he could also play linebacker. So it's kind of like pick one. You had to. So.
It is a normal week this week.
Mm-hmm.
There's no Monday night game. It's not a short week.
Right.
What does that allow you to do from your routine and preparation standpoint?
It just gives me more time. I feel like the extra day is important, especially body-wise, recovery-wise, and mentally also. Just being able to, get back into the normal flow of things. From the time that you wake up to the time that you go to sleep, and that's very important, for me. So yeah, and also the extra day. My birthday was yesterday, and none of you guys told me happy birthday, so no, I appreciate it. So yeah, right, that's true. But so yeah, I mean, I got that extra day to, just kind of relax a little bit. I got a pedicure, manicure, for my birthday. But yeah.
You mentioned the tackling. Was there a common theme at all to any of the issues on Sunday with the tackling, or I mean, is there something?
I mean, tackling can it's a combination of a few things. Tracking, just angles, not wrapping up. So it can be a combination of a few things. But like I said, that's an area that you have to be solid in, especially in this defense. But even in this league, you have to be able to tackle, and we have to minimize missed tackles, and that's a focal point this week.
How old did you turn yesterday?
We're gonna keep that disclosed, and you can look that. Hey man, Hey.
How old were you in the Seahawks? Were you in high school?
That was 2013. So that was my freshman year in college. And I'm not gonna say who I was going for, but I'm just kidding. But I was a Peyton Manning fan growing up, though. I was a huge Peyton Manning. That's it.
Seeing that defense, right? Relatively simple defense, but a lot of just,
Correct.
three deep stuff. Being in the league now and seeing how versatile defenses have to be, does that put in perspective kind of how crazy good that defense was with how simple it was?
You know what? I think at the time, this league hadn't seen that type of defense, and hadn't seen, those pieces that team had. And it's hard. And then when you look at the success that they had for so many years, teams around the league were trying to mimic that. But you didn't have a lot of teams didn't have that lockdown corner in Sherm, didn't have that physical safety in Cam, and you didn't have a phenomenal post player in Earl. So that's hard to mimic and to try to find. And so now, obviously the league has kind of figured that scheme out. And you can't sit in cover three, every play, because obviously now they're just gonna run racing routes and try to get you that way.
Josh, what was it like watching Tariq come off the edge and get the kick block? I mean, his athleticism, you might have had a chance of that, but to see it kind of play out like that. Man,
you look at that guy, man, we call him Avatar, man, so he's super long, he's fast as heck. And that play right there was that's a game changing play, and we all know that we all knew that he can make that play, and he made it on limited snaps because he hasn't been in there on the block team doing that, but when you got a guy like that, man, you can just plug and play and tell, hey, go rush this kick, and look what he did.
Looked like he tracked down Debo on the long run coming from the other side too, Tariq sort of.
Me and him, but I kind of got come on, man. You can give me some credit, man. No, man. Look, no, he did, man. That's legit. That's legit 4-3 right there. That's Tariq, man. So, yeah.
Who gave him the Avatar nickname?
It's kind of like when he first got in during camp. You joke around in the DB room, like what people look like. We joke around, quite a bit. And that was one of the things. Like, you look like an Avatar. So it's his nickname.
Josh, you talked last week about how close you had come to possibly stepping away from football. Did you, now that you're 28?
Yeah. I'm 25.
Did you take a moment before the game last week? I mean, obviously you played in week 1, but did you have a moment before Sunday just to sort of take it in and reflect on some of those things that you had talked about last week?
Not really. I kind of did that yesterday, just to put everything into perspective of where I came. I just did a whole year reflection on everything, man, and just being thankful to be here, man. 'Cause so many people have either lost their lives or even they still got their lives, but they're not able to just live life, man, have freedom, man, and so you got to just be thankful for the small things. First and foremost, thankful for having a job. Roof over my head, a car to drive to go to work, just small things, man. I just I'm thankful for it, man, and thankful to be standing up here in front of you guys, man. Oh, that's the honest truth. Because if you look at it, a lot of people can say, or I can say, a year can change someone's life. 365 days ago, I wasn't standing in front of a podium. You get what I'm saying? I was at home. With my kids. So when you put that into perspective, man, it just gives you, things to just be, grateful about, thankful about, man, and appreciate, this opportunity that you have.
Did it change anything in the thankfulness and the blessings that have come your way?
Yeah.
Did it change any way you prepare or the other way, what you do off the field, having the kids a little extra, anything like that?
Not really, man. I think the thing is that I always ask God is just for a humble mind, humble spirit, just humble in everything that I do. And I feel like once you don't take things for granted, because this league and life can humble you real quick. And if you don't be careful, that's just how life works, man. That's just what it is. So. Just my preparation has been the same. My approach has been the same. But it's just when you take a step back from this thing, just to look at everything and just say, man, thank you, God, I'm here. I could be a million other things, man, but I get to play football, man. I get to play a kid's game. I get to pay for it, and I get to come in and joke with the guys and that's all I can ask for.
Anything else? Thanks, Sean.
Yep.